Kasia. I have dedicated half of my life traveling to the greatest locations to photograph one of the most beautiful horses. Through my journeys, I created award-winning photographs, met amazing stories, hosted many workshops worldwide, and experienced some amazing adventures. Now I want to take you along with me, showing behind-the-scene life of adventurous traveling horse photographer, not fearing the unknown and discovering truth of many meanings. If you are ready to join, welcome to my world. Everyone who loves horses has a story to tell about a horse that changed their life. In my journey, McCartney's Highland Prince, known to everyone as Cookie, became that horse. I met him while living in England 13 years ago. My fascination with that stallion quickly developed into a great passion for gypsy cop horses, and his breeders immediately became like a family to me. I spent countless hours on the pastures at McCartney Stud, not only to photograph horses, but above all to nourish my soul with the presence of these horses, which I believe will be mine for the rest of my life. I didn't know then that the horses there would become a foundation of my breeding future. Every moment with them was priceless, and Cookie, with his calm, warm, and confident personality, stole my heart forever. That was his presence that sparked between me a dream of having my own horse. A horse like him, a beautiful piebald stallion, one you could trust, one whose relationship and attention you had to earn by looking within yourself, and one who reflected my own vulnerability. And so, 4 years after falling in love with Cookie, I welcomed his son. But not everything came so easily. For nearly 2 years, Cookie's breeders had been trying to get the mare they had been chosen as the best mother for my foal pregnant, without success, which was weird because both Cookie and Sky were already proud parents of big number of offspring. During one of my visits, it was time for another scan to confirm if the mare was in foal. Just when the vet performed the examination, I said out loud, "If she's not in foal, we let her go. Apparently it's not the right time for me to have a horse." And just while saying those words, we saw a tiny embryo on the ultrasound monitor. Tears of joy filled up my eyes. Estimating the exact due date, I bought plane tickets to be there, waiting for my dream miracle to be born. But 2 weeks before, something was keeping me awake at night. Turning from place to place, around 3 a.m., I pick up my phone to check the time. The same second, I received the message from Steven. "Congratulations, you have a colt." 2 weeks later, I met him and named McCartney's Wow Factor. His appearance, even at just a few weeks old, had already a wow factor. But that wasn't the only reason for his name, as he was my first horse, with no previous experience in many things, and only a handful of theoretical knowledge learned from many people who had shared their experience with me over the years of my travels. Each new experience with him left a profound impression on me. At the age of 6 months, he arrived at the Stajnia Podolin in Poland, where he grew up and spent 7 years of his life. learning together from our own mistakes. It was truly thanks to him that I began to take my first steps along a horse, eager to understand and read him. Through tries and mistakes we learned groundwork, communication and relationship, without a goal, without ambition, treating everything as fun. My frequent and long travels meant I couldn't regularly spend time with him. Fortunately, Wow stole heart of many people at Podolin, who, in my absence, cared for him and taught him what I was missing in knowledge and experience. I have surprised many people saying that I didn't ride horse. Even though I had a passion for horses since childhood, even though I photograph horses only, and even though I own my own horses. There are many reasons why, but generally speaking, I wasn't ready. I was never drawn to riding horses. I prefer to admire them or spend time with them on pastures. Also, the methods I learned and the riding schools I visited as teenager made me feel that riding horses those ways doesn't resonate with me at all. In following years, from time to time I tried, but most often those tries made me only withdraw from this idea. Unfortunately, due to irresponsible riding instructors who didn't listen about my fears and blockages, they only deepened my trauma by forcing me, instead of allowing me to explore this new world with patience and at my own pace. Through the many unpleasant situations on those rides, my trauma only deepened and blockages grew in my mind that I would never be able to do it. However, as I met people around the world using different methods, different paths, and different equestrian religions, I began to observe, listen, and choose from them what was mine. I believe nothing happens without a reason. I had to wait until I was 35 for certain spaces to open up within me. Spaces were carried on the horseback. I can, as a more mature person, see more, and untainted by any other schools or habits, began my own path to connect in horsemanship. This path reminds me a little bit the way with my photography. I will wander looking for answers, got confused many times and make countless mistakes. Many hours of practice and explorations lie ahead, where I believe I will never learn enough to consider myself knowing it all, but my desire to learn is calling. 2 years ago, I came to Tusetti to photograph local horses. This place turned out to have an incredible aura. One day I asked Magda, a friend who had taken me there and told me so much about the local horses, if I could ride a horse there. It was the mountain of Okrzesik that enchanted me. There, I felt myself overcome and shed the shields of fear and trauma. There, everything that was holding me back gave away. There, magic happened. It was there that for the first time in my life I cantered willingly and freely in open space. And for the first time I was cantering with feeling of lightness within me. There another dream was born, to learn horseback riding, which would allow me to discover and understand the world of horses, people, and different cultures on a new level. From that moment on, returning between trips, I tried riding Wow to gain confidence and cultivate trust to him, and above all, to myself. Wow Factor has been struggling with severe insect allergy for years. The itching and chronic stress caused him to develop ulcers. By eliminating one of the stressors of being a stud, I wanted to give him a better life. After this decision, I decided to take him to the stable where my friend could prepare him to become the horse I dreamed of. a safe and calm companion for a solo horseback riding trips. Today is a big day for me. After a year of returning from Tusetti, it's a test time. Today, for the first time, we will go solo, me and Wow, on the trip through the forest of Beskid Mountains. This day two things. First, that I am blessed with such an amazing horse who is exactly everything I dreamed of and what I needed. And second of all, that letting go of fear and anxiety is a long process. Building confidence in ourselves that we would be able to handle difficult situations when they appear, not only while horseback riding in nature, but in many fields in life, can take a lot of stretching, bending, and general work of our mindset. But it's worth doing so. And then, one day, fear will disappear. At that moment, we'll realize that this fear was the only thing limiting and underestimating ourselves in our own minds. From that moment, we will look on ourselves more kindly and will understand that we are better and stronger than we thought. this lesson, I am the most grateful today.